America. Bulletproof coffee. America. Come on, you all know the words. Doodle 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 America. Fuck yeah. What you gonna do when we come for you now, America? Fuck yeah. Make some sales calls. Enjoy the day. Oh yeah, it's Dave coming at you live in front of my favorite bakery, Ambrosia in Barrington. And it's Fuck Yeah Friday. I'm asking you to break the silence and embrace your voice. Hope you're all having a wonderful shortened work week here, coming off of Memorial Day weekend. And first thing I want to do is pay tribute to our troops who fought and are fighting so hard to keep our freedom. Sometimes politically, they're for it. Sometimes politically, they're against it. But they're still out there doing their best jobs so we can do what we want throughout the day. So thank you very much. All right. How's this week been for everybody? I have had an awesome week. I'll tell you, coming off of Memorial Day, it's the kickoff to summer, especially in Chicago when it's chill here for the last 6 months. And all of a sudden, it's like we are in fifth gear. We're running around naked. We've got music festivals. We've got food festivals. We got car shows. I'm going to be jet skiing this weekend. I am excited. And it makes me think of, especially now with so much going on and your phone buzzing all the time with so many things to do, how do you keep on your path? How do you keep on your path of expansion? How do you keep on the path of leading yourself, leading others, and serving others to the best of your ability? Well, it's always a challenge throughout the day, but especially now, there's some things that you can do, keeping those good habits going. It might be a little bit of a realignment time for you, so instead of being so heavy on yourself, what I've done recently is I've cut down just the amount of time that I've done certain things and spread them out through the day. So let's say my morning routine was usually about a half hour, maybe 25 to 30 minutes before. And I've cut that down to about 15 minutes just doing 3 things. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm blowing it off. It doesn't mean that I'm shunning the importance of the morning routine. What it means is I'm realigning and making it so it's not a chore, but I'm really embodying the 15 minutes that I do my morning routine. And the best part of it too is it's still owning my time and it's still setting the day off on the right path. So something else I've done recently just to keep me on the path, which is really not that hard to do, is I unplug my Wi-Fi at night. Now, I know that sounds like a lot. I actually have a power strip with my Wi-Fi and my Sonos and my routers and everything on there. So I unplug that at night before I go to bed. And then I put my phone in airplane mode. And what that does is I can still use my alarm, even though I wake up with the sun in the morning and the birds. But I do use my sleep app, and I have an alarm backup just in case. But kind of takes you off the grid, kind of clears your head a little bit, and at the same time it really it's like you're owning your time a little bit more. So that time before I go to bed and the time that I wake up in the morning before I put my phone out of airplane mode and before I plug back into Wi-Fi, it's really my time, and it helps me set throughout the day. Oh, and speaking of, somebody was just talking to me recently. I know we've got a lot of creative people out in the audience, and I'm a creative person too. I always loved writing. Most often I love interpersonal communication and public speaking, and really getting to know somebody on a personal level and see what makes them tick and what passions they have. So in these creative processes, I know that there's this thing called writer's block, which I'm not really sure what that is, but someone was talking to me about that last night. And they were saying how they were talking to somebody who had writer's block. I said, you know what? I think they need to get a fucking job, okay? And pay some rent. Because writer's block goes away real quick when you got to pay some bills, motherfucker. How's that sound? So, LaCroix for La Body. It's feeling good. So, back on this Fuck Yeah Friday thing, how else are we going to stay on our path for the summer? I think it's really important to surround yourself with good people. I've been told many times, and I know you've all read, that you are the combination of the 5 people that you hang out most with. And people want to go to the bars, people want to party, people want to have a good time in the summer. I'm all about it. At the same time, it's important to stay on your path. So just think of when somebody asks you to do something, is it really in your best interest? Is it really serving yourself at the highest level? And therefore, will it be serving your family, your friends, your clients, and your loved ones the closest? The bars are always going to be there. Parties are always going to be there. So just kind of think twice before you're going to do something, because that's always going to be there. The fun is always going to be there. And it's important just to have some time for yourself. Another thing I've noticed is it's easy to blow off work at the end of the day. Now, maybe it's a little bit easier for me because I'm in sales. I'm not punching a clock and I'm on the road during the day. But I think it's also easy for people if you're in an office, because towards the end of the day, you really just don't feel like doing anything anymore. Now, I understand it. It's sunny. You want to get outside. You're thinking about doing your thing. When that voice comes to you and says you want to cut out early, whether it's mentally or physically, that's the time to make 1, 2, or even 3 extra calls. Or if you're inside an office, you could do a little bit of cleanup. You can set some meetings for the following week, or you can talk to some of your fellow employees to see how you can help them and serve them. So really a number of ways that I've found. It's been challenging, especially now because we're all pumped up for summer. At the same time, this is really a time to check in for yourself. Stick with some of that morning routine. Doesn't maybe have to be as long as normal, but stick with what you can. Tune out before you go to bed. That helps a lot. And something else that I want to share with you before I left is I did take all the apps off of my phone. So when I say apps, I mean social media. I took off Facebook, I took off Messenger, I took off LinkedIn. I even took off YouTube, which, YouTube. I even took off Amazon, and I took off, last but not least, what is that? Etsy. Oh, the Etsy vortex. I fucking love that. But yeah, I noticed I was using those as kind of escapes and back doors, and next thing you know, it'd be 20 minutes later, and I'd still be looking at the shit. And where'd I get myself besides a foofy necklace that I really didn't need? You know what I'm saying on that one, huh? So cool. Hey, thanks for joining me. I know it was a little longer video than normal. I appreciate you staying tuned. And check out the website. Click share, click like, subscribe if you don't. And I love to hear some feedback. So thank you for the love. Thank you for the support. And have a great weekend.